In our previous videos, we have used properties of whole numbers to add, subtract and multiply bigger numbers easily. For example, here we have used the distributive property as it simplifies our multiplication. Instead of directly multiplying these two big numbers, I have used properties of whole numbers to make the calculation easy. And this is only because we were able to write 102 as 100 plus 2. Yes, this 100 in expression made our calculation easier. Remember that presence of numbers such as tens, hundreds, thousand, 10,000 most of the times make multiplications a bit easier. Hence, whenever possible, try to bring these numbers into your calculations. Here is one more example. Here too, the numbers are big and multiplication is tedious. However, we can use properties of whole numbers to simplify it. Can we use the distributive property here? Which number will we split? We see that 99 is close to 100. So we can bring 100 in expression by writing 99 as 100 minus 1. Of course, this will be in brackets. Okay, now we use distributive property to get this. This is equal to 5,900 and this here is just 59. Subtracting them gives us 5,841. Here are two more examples. The first example is comparatively easier than the ones we have seen until now. There is not really a need to further simplify this. However, due to the presence of number 9, which is close to 10, we will simplify it anyway. I can write 9 as 10 minus 1. Use distributive property then to get this expression. 87 times 10 is 870 and this is 87, yes. We subtract them to get 783 as our answer. I will leave the second example for you to solve. Here one of the numbers is 999, which is closer to 1000. So we will write it as 1000 minus 1. I will leave the remaining part for you to complete. Make sure to share your answers in the comment section below. So now we know that we can split the numbers that are closer to 10, 100, 1000 and so on to make multiplication easier. However, we can do the same for addition and subtraction of numbers as well. For example, instead of adding this directly, we can split 98 as 100 minus 2. We can easily add 565 to 100. Can we add 565 and 100 directly? No. First, I need to put brackets around them to add. This we have seen in our previous videos as well. We will use associative property first and then we will add them. This is a very simple addition. 565 plus 100 is 665. Finally, we subtract 2 from it to get 663. Okay. Let us look at this multiplication now. In this, there is no number which is close to 10, 100 or 1000. So we cannot write it like say 10 minus 5 or 100 minus 14 as this is only going to make the calculation more difficult. You can see that if I further expand this, then we are again multiplying 86 by 5 and this time we are also subtracting. This is quite tedious. So it's not recommended to write 5 as 10 minus 5. Do we have to just multiply the numbers directly then, or is there some other trick to simplify it? There is a 5 here. We can't write as 10 minus 5 here, but we can write it as 10 over 2. Yes, 10 divided by 2 is 5. If we write it like this, then the problem becomes really easy to solve. We can first divide 86 by this 2 to get 43, and then multiply this 43 with 10 to get 430. We have written 5 as 10 over 2. We can write any multiple of 5 like this. For example, in all these problems, the multiples of 5 are written like this. The idea is great, but how exactly do we break all these multiples of 5? Well, we know that when nothing is in the denominator, we assume that it is 1. For example, here there is nothing in denominator of 5 and hence this can also be written as 5 over 1. Now we multiply both the numerator and the denominator with 2. This gives us 10 over 2. So in order to write it like this, we multiply both the numerator and the denominator by 2. In all these examples, we did the same thing. We multiplied both the numerator as well as the denominator by 2 to get these numbers. They are now easy to solve. I will leave it for you to find the answers to each of these problems. I want to discuss one last important thing before ending this video. In the previous example, we saw that we can divide 86 with 2. Now instead of 86, there was 87. Then can we divide 87 by 2? No, we cannot divide in this case because 87 is an odd number. We can divide only even numbers by 2. In all these examples, the numbers are even. Hence, you can easily divide each one by 2. So this tells us that we can only rewrite multiples of 5 when the other number is even.